What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video. We are messing around with builds as we usually do here on the channel, and I've come up with one that I absolutely love. I've recently got into using the Iron Lung. I just think it's absolutely amazing. I've totally been sleeping on it, and it's just really nice. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a cheese here at the beginning. If you didn't know, if you're running all the directives, Pistolero is super annoying. But if you want to get some ammo in your main gun, you can just do it in the range. And what's even better than that, we're now going to proc something else. That means we are never going to run out of bullets. Well, I hope so anyway. If not, the build's rubbish and we should move on. So let's find something in the open world we can go and do. There's something going on there right next to the tidal basin, rather than just run a boring mission or anything like that. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. I really appreciate all the channel support you guys have given recently. It's been absolutely insane. So thank you very much if you have hit that sub button. So there is a open world event here. Oop, something conceals, never mind. Oh, they're right there. Oh, the sun is blinding. Alright, so let's see how we get on with this. Damage on that elite straight away felt great. Really nice.
Incoming hostiles detected.
I killed your owner. Why are you shooting me, Johnny 5? Oh, behind me. Easy, son. Easy. Just give me a minute. Let me back out. What I do like is the added little bits of bleed that we've got. Kind of staggers them and, you know, shocks them a little bit. They get very upset about it. I mean, if I was being shot, I wouldn't be getting upset. I'd be shooting back. What's this guy doing? But I mean, that was fairly straightforward, I think, as far as events go. Didn't really feel too stressful. I didn't use my revive hive or anything. Something else we can do really close. There we are. Let's go and do that. I mean, a big part of it is that you can literally cheese the setup, right? In the range, you can get yourself the special ammo. You can get yourself a, you know, you can proc all that. You don't have to come out and use your pistol. I mean, you can just come out and use your pistol. It's not a big deal. Everyone likes a little bit of cheese, though. You know what I mean? What are these guys doing? They're like waiting to attack him for me to arrive. This will be interesting to see how this works out. I'm gonna go full headshot on him. No problem at all. Because obviously we've got to be able to do enough damage, because if we run out of bullets, we're then stuck with the directives. So if you didn't want to run this Heroic 5 directive, by all means, your life's going to be a lot easier. But the idea is that we can maximize our damage potential. We've not got the GE turned on or anything like that. We're not, you know, we're not trying to be weird here. We are literally trying to do as much damage as we possibly can. A loot goblin. Oh no. Plenty going on stopping us getting to this. Like, the distance on this thing as well for an LMG is crazy good. Like, look at that. Obviously, if you're playing in a team as well, you are going to be buffing your team with this buff. There's a couple of nice little buffs that we're doing. Bleed is really nice, and obviously it gets them all riled up. They start bobbing in and out of cover, and that kind of affects that whole, you know, the LMG suppress mechanic. Like, that can get really annoying. We stick a status effect on and we get around that. And we've got a couple of status effects. We've got bleed, we've got fire as well. Where's this guy coming from? When we get all of them debuffs on, the damage just goes crazy.
Manual override required. Progress resumed.
Got two things going on. Got something else going on in front of us here. We're not scared though. I don't know where they are. I am actually really impressed with how this has turned out. This is actually better than I thought it was going to be. And with all these live demos, you know, I've not re-recorded it or anything, or tried to pretend it's anything that it's not. If it was, I wouldn't make the build. Because it only takes me to put out one really bad build for someone to go, I tried this and it's rubbish, and all of a sudden, like, no one wants to do my builds anymore. But yeah, that's yeah, that was easy. That really didn't feel like I was running around on heroic 5 directive at all. So let's get back to the base of operations so we're a little bit safer, and we will run through the build. I've done a lot of builds recently, and this is a banger. This is really good. Really impressed with it. The Iron Lung is really good. Don't sleep on it. Right, so straight into it. So we're going to use Gunner. Make sure you select LMG damage. The reason we're going with Gunner is that it combats the directives. It's going to give us ammo. We'll go over to the bench and just have a quick look, just in case you're not all familiar with it. But we'll go into Gunner. And as you can see, it increases the rate on fire when we kill something, which is nice. And it generates 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. And your team members get 5. So if you're running Pistolero, this is absolutely great. Killing enemies gives us 10% armor on kill, which is great, and every third reload is 50% faster. Again, we're using LMG, so this is really good. And then here is where you get your 15% damage. Let's go back into the build. And this last time when I did one, if you want to check out, I did a headshot LMG build. In this one, I've gone with the crit chance, crit damage one. And the reason for that is because I decided that I was going to put coyotes in. And it really meant it felt like I could get above like a certain threshold, right? If you're not over 100% critical hit damage, I really don't feel like you've got enough damage in it, and you might as well just spec to headshot instead. So obviously, because we're running green pieces that have no critical hit damage involved in any of the specs at all, like with the bonuses, it can be pretty hard to get pretty high. So the coyotes is a great starting point because it gives us weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and crit chance in the mod slot. And then we get the pack instincts talent, and it's always going to be that we're either going to get this 25% critical hit damage bonus or a 10% one with 10% crit chance as well. Pretty much, we're never really 25 meters away. It's a long way away in the division. If you go in the range and set the target on the meters, you can kind of judging it in your head how far away you actually are. And then we're going to run the brand new Palisade backpack. That gives me another 10% armor on kill, giving 20% armor on kill, weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage. And normally here I would be saying, oh, I'll run 2 Bellstone, well, to get the 10% armor on kill. No, we only have to run 1 Palisade, which is really nice for the 10% armor on kill. It does mean that we give up 1% armor regen that we would normally get from Bellstone, but this way now we can spec more damage in, making the builds just a little bit more versatile. This is not an easy one to get because obviously I rolled the weapon, the core attribute to weapon damage, but you could have a blue one here with a crit chance, crit damage in, and with Wicked. Any kind of Palisade backpacks that you're getting, if you're getting Wicked, Bloodsucker, Vigilance, Unstoppable Force, definitely worth thinking about keeping them. They're all, you know, pretty good backpacks and they're not an easy ones to get. So this is definitely the star of the show right now. We're going to run the chest piece because we get 15% status effects from the gear set bonus, 30% reload, again helps with it being an LMG, and we get hollow point ammo, which is awesome because hollow point ammo gives us weapon damage amplified by 20% to bleeding enemies. As you saw, we bled everything, we never ran out of bleed bullets. The benefit of running the chest is though it ups that damage to 35% amplified. It doesn't give it to your team, just to you. The team do get the amplified regular bullets, but you get the amplified 35, which is really nice. With the gloves, we're running weapon damage and critical hit damage. with the knees, weapon damage and critical hit damage. And with the holster, weapon damage, critical hit damage. I ran the Banshee Pulse, but you could run Defender Drone, you could run Decoy, whatever you like. And then I ran a Hive as well, just because we're not running any blues in this. And I want to, you know, an extra life, you know, to make sure that I stay all right. Offhand, you run whatever you want. I like to keep a Sledgehammer on for emergency situations, but you can run whatever you want here. Now, to take a look at, oh, just one thing I mentioned, I did re-roll my Iron Lung to critical hit chance. It just makes more sense. You could put damage to armor on it, but then you really do lose out against red bars, you know, anything that's in health, chungers, dogs, and things like that. And kind of overall, when you do the stats for this, if you really did math it up, the damage to armor is going to come out on top, obviously against armored enemies. But it's such a minute difference if you roll critical hit chance onto your LMG that across the board and across a whole mission, critical hit chance, or perhaps rate of fire, depending if you're running strikers or not, it's just going to win out. So that's why I've rolled this to critical hit chance. But that also benefits the build as well, right? Because we can put more critical hit damage in it. And as you can see here, we're at 55.5% critical hit chance. We don't need to worry about the rest. We are running the Coyote's Mask. But we've still got 125% critical hit damage and still 105% headshot damage. Which you saw, we had no problem mowing things down. It was crazy, crazy good. Because we've also running Wicked on the backpack. So because we've got the fire from the Iron Lung and we've got the bleed from the ongoing Directive, whenever we apply any of them, we get an extra 18% weapon damage for 20 seconds on top of everything else that we're doing. Don't forget, we're buffing the team if we're in a team with the Coyote's Mask. They're also getting the Packing Stinks, extra critical hit chance and critical hit damage. And they're also getting the bleed bullets that are giving them the amplified 20% damage from our ongoing Directive. And you don't have to worry about killing because you are an absolute animal. You're killing as well as getting a cool 20% armor on kill at the same time. This is just a fantastic build. Palisade we thought was going to be a bit of a bummer. Actually, this is really, really nice. And even the health can be really, really nice in some situations as well. That's going to be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe. If you feel like supporting the channel in a little bit of an extra way, there is now the ability to join the channel as well. So I would really appreciate anybody that considers that even more. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, just thank you for blowing the channel up. You are all amazing. Thanks for watching, agents. Goodbye.